With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Well, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Phase 3 is almost here of the takeover. Phase 3 is, well, we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving to prime time. The Reaver of Common Sense show will be, as of July 3rd, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get ready. We're going to take over the night airwaves, and it's never going to be the same. It's a wonderful day. When I get done the show, I'm going to grab my daughter. We're going to go to my aunt's house, and we're going to go swimming. Well, she's going to swim. I'm going to sit there and talk to my aunt, probably. Otherwise, it's going to be a good day. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be a good day. Just going to sit poolside for the afternoon. And my mom will be there. So she gets to spend time with the grandkid. And it'll be a fun afternoon. But that is still 2 hours away. We got some talking to do. Yes, we do. Oh, boy. I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but some reports I saw, which kind of knew it was coming. President Donald J. Trump is going to exit the Paris Climate Agreement. Couldn't be happier. Could not be happier that we're leaving that joke of agreement. No. It's a bunch of BS. What it does is, it just tells us that they're that desperate. I find it funny that many people have to fly to Paris. Let me put it that way. Had to fly to Paris. They had to pollute that much. And come up with this stupid agreement. There is no global warming. Zip, zilch, none, nada. You got a better chance of seeing Sasquatch. You got a better chance of seeing Uranus. All right. I'm a little bit weird mood today. Kind of out of it a little bit. I mean, I'm with it, just a little thinking this is going to be a fun day. Especially when I come across articles, Silicon Valley elites continue to push for universal basic income. When are they going to start paying that bill? When is that going to? Why don't? If they believe so much in it, and they're so goddamn rich, they could start sending out the checks. If they believe so heartily in it, they can give out paychecks to people for free. No work. Silicon Valley elites continue to push for the universal basic income in America that would give all citizens a guaranteed annual income from the government. Tesla CEO, of course, he's for it because, well, he's been getting government income to make his company viable. If it wasn't for federal subsidies, that Tesla company would be nothing. I have no problem with helping, but that's not help, people. That was straight out paying people off, or paying for a company because certain people believed in this bullshit. And that's all it is. Sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not going to sit here and apologize. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm so tired of it. There's no reason why that company, if it had a viable idea that it needed all that government subsidies to survive. What that tells me is, well, that company couldn't survive on its own. It just is.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
I don't need a government paycheck. I don't need a universal basic income. This is just another push. If they thought so highly of this, and all this is an attempt to buy votes. If they thought so highly of this idea, why wasn't it thought of underneath the Obama administration and pushed underneath the Obama administration? Why? Because this is nothing but an attempt to buy votes. Same with minimum wage and legalizing pot. They're buying votes, people. This universal basic income is another attempt at buying votes. And what's scary is there's so many people that just fall right into that trap. Just hook, line, sinker, jump right in. It's... You would think by now they would understand and know. Nope. Oh, they said they're going to give us a paycheck. They're going to give us a paycheck. Oh, we got to get them in. They're good people. They don't give a rat's ass between you and me, and it's just another attempt at buying votes. That's all. You got these billionaires. The CEO from Tesla. Mark Zuckerberg. If they thought this was a great idea, they would have see it in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. It's a buying the votes, and that's basically all I could put it as. Because they know that people that are hurting financially, that are struggling, are going to take help when it's out there. And it's being put out there that the only way they're going to get this free money, which isn't free, is by voting in the Democrats. You vote us in, we're going to give you free money. That free money comes at a steep price. You got to sell your soul for that money. Don't fool yourself. You have to sell your soul for that money. You're selling the soul of America. So many people will give in to this and can't see through the bullshit that it is. Because you're starting to have Democrats that are getting behind it. A congressman from California is getting on board with the idea to push to introduce a $1 trillion expansion to the earned income tax credit that is currently available to low-income families. There's a dignity to work. What is it? Where is it? I can never find things when I want it. Now can I? Oh, boy. Hold on. Please hold. Your host is an idiot. I can't find the name of this congressman. Ro Khanna. Sorry about that. Congressman Ro Khanna. There it is. It is getting on board with this idea. But now there's free money, and then he talks, he or she, there's a dignity to work. People, they don't want a handout. They want to contribute to the economy. How is getting a government check, a universal basic income, how is that not a handout? Someone explain to me how that is not a handout. Oh boy, that. I'm dumbfounded. Dumbfounded about that. How is it not a handout? That's someone explain that to me. I got to go on to the different article because this one has me kind of like my brain in a total loop of what the hell were they thinking? There's a company, the Y Combinator, has given 100 random selected families in Oakland an income of approximately $1,500 a month. The nonprofit organization Give Directly is currently attempting to raise money to launch a basic income study in Kenya. The group currently plans to provide a basic income to more than 26,000 people, with some continue to receive payments for up to 12 years. In January, the country of Finland began giving 2,000 Finnish citizens a monthly income of $600. This study is set to last up to 2 years. What is it supposed to learn? That free money, people aren't going to want it? Of course they're going to take free money. Of course. So, USAA is backing down to the backing down. And what I mean by that is, USAA was an advertiser with Sean Hannity's show. When all that bullshit came down the pipe, they ran like little girls. And I'm using the old expression, sorry. But they didn't expect backlash. They didn't expect the power of the conservatives, who put pressure right back on them. And now all of a sudden they're going, shit, wait a minute. Brain fart. Now, they're saying they're going to reinstate their advertising on the program again. They took a heavy criticism from many of the military members and veterans that it serves. The company said it will also start advertising again on other programs where it had suspended its ads, including Hardball, The Rachel Maddow Show, and The Lead. USAA was one of 10 companies that had pulled ads from Hannity, who had been attacked for reporting a discredited story involving the death of a Democratic National Committee staff member. Hannity has said he will no longer talk about conspiracy theories on Seth Richards' death. USAA said it is continuing the commercial while reviewing its overall advertising policy. Oh. I'm glad to see finally they're getting their heads out of their ass. But I still don't trust that this little war is over. And with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Planet Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude,
Dude, I'm not saying Kaepernick, stupid, bro. Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Now, Olivia Wilde, I used to like her as an actress, but this just shows me that, well, oh God. Well, she calls Trump McFatface, gets blasted for fat shaming. I always love to sit back and watch when the shit that the liberals do to everybody else and hold them to the standard, they get held to that standard and they look like a bunch of idiots. And Olivia Wilde took to Twitter Monday to express her displeasure with Donald Trump, calling him President Fatty McFatface. What are we in high school here? But was swiftly criticized by her fellow anti-Trump followers for fat-shaming the president. President Fatty McFatface is sadly as dangerous as he is humiliating. The 33-year-old Rush and Tron Legacy star wrote on Memorial Day tweet, linking to a critical op-ed by New York Times columnist Pat Krugman. Oh, that just makes me laugh. But the actress tweets quickly drew the ire of her followers, some of whom said that as much as they hate the president, they hate body shaming even more. President Fatty McFatface. Whoops, wait a minute, where is it? Sorry, misread. I'm having brain farts this morning. I join you in your frustration with this man, but can you move away from body shaming? It perpetuates fat phobia. Fat phobia? Perpetuates fat phobia? Oh my God. Fat phobia. Really? That's their great response, fat phobia? Oh my God. Oh. That has to be an epic response. Fat phobia. Oh boy. That is a new one. Listen, I'm fat. I fat phobia. You don't like that I'm fat and overweight? I don't care. I'm not here to impress you. I have my life to live, and that's all I care about. Listen, she doesn't like Trump. Great. Really don't care. She has the right not to like this president. But all this extra activity that goes on, that's what's really tiresome, tired, just annoyed. Is this extra activity that's going on? And it gets worse. We're going to discuss it because I know pretty much everybody's seen what happened in the news. The left are losing their mind. They're breaking their own rules. Listen, I'm fat. There's no fat phobia. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's people that don't like the way they look and perpetuate it onto others. You want to call me fat? I don't give a shit. I'm fat. But this fat phobia, that one it just blew my mind. But the whole idea that all this is bouncing right back on them because they've been attacking and holding conservatives to a ridiculous standard on everything they say. Well, it's now bouncing on them. You know, they kept, her followers kept going at her. As much as I hate him, can you please not fat shame him or anyone else for that matter? It would mean a lot. Thanks. Like, she really gives a shit what you guys think. He's done so very many things to mock and hate him for. Why bring this into the mix? Body shaming sucks no matter who it's directed towards. You got to understand, people. They don't care. They will say and do whatever they want. And they only have that standard to silence the opposition because they can't do it on facts. Plenty of other degrading names to call him. I don't like him at all either, but you can refrain from calling him fat. Oh, my God. So she came out, pathologically stupid, horrifyingly selfish, cruel, bovine, moron face. So instead of calling him fat, she's throwing in bovine, cow, That's how she's doing it. And it's still fat shaming underneath their way of thinking. But they're perfectly fine with that. The double standard, it's I understand. We're not going to agree when it comes to politics. I understand that. But again, this extra activity is what really makes me go, what the fuck, people? The Democrats are trying to take it to another level to try it because they think they're justified in their actions. Let me tell you, people, it's only going to get worse every election. It's only going to get worse. Now, social media is responding. For those that don't know, Kathy Griffin, and holy shit, did you see her video of her apology? That looked like two different women. Two totally different women. Holy shit. But for those that don't know, Kathy Griffin had this photo shoot done of her holding Trump's severed head. She thought that would be a good idea. Again, there's some Democrats that aren't speaking out against her. But for the most part, liberals are backing down on this one. This one was way too far. Remember there was a rodeo clown that wore a mask of Obama and acted like an idiot that lost his job because of it? I think this is a little bit worse. She did poses like ISIS poses for their pictures when they behead somebody. And she's out there, I deplore violence. I'm not for violence. You're holding a severed head, lady. What do you expect? What did you expect by doing this? But after left-leaning comedian Kathy Griffin posed with a bludgeoning look-alike severed head of President Donald Trump, social media exploded with reactions to the controversial photo. The image of Griffin obtained by TMZ depicts a gory, severed version of Trump's head as the former Fashion Police host stands with a cold expression on her face. Now, social media users have gone online to express their disgust for the image. Mark Dice. Of course, CNN will probably keep Kathy Griffin on the payroll for their annual New Year's Eve coverage because they want Trump dead too. Stephen Miller. Get over the Kathy Griffin picture, you snowflakes. What's the matter? It's just a photo. People hysterical over a peeing dog statue this morning. Hey, CNN, do you condone Kathy Griffin's views? Will she be hosting New Year's Eve live again with Anderson Cooper? Drudge Report, not funny. Kathy Griffin beheads Trump. It's another Brittany Pettibone. When did Kathy Griffin join ISIS? Mike, what the heck? Oh, I know this. Give me a minute. Mike Cernovich. These people are satanic. Does Anderson Cooper perform death rituals with his good friend and co-host Kathy Griffin, or even sicker stuff? Paul Joseph Watson. Imagine the meltdown if a conservative celebrity had posed with a mock-up of Obama's decapitated head. There was less done and more outrage when it came to Obama. The left thinks this is funny. Ex-CIA, Secret Service, said this is not funny because this will promote some idiot to try to attempt an assassination on Trump. Someone that's infatuated with Kathy Griffin, and what I'm finding out, that's all makeup, people. That's all makeup. Holy. Listen, I'm not trying to ugly shame this woman, but when you see her picture compared makeup on, makeup off, holy shit, that's got to be a team of like 30 people. The difference between the two looks, I honestly would think you had a sci-fi team, a full sci-fi team, doing the makeup to change her looks that drastically. Some of social media is attacking her on this, going after her. Now, CNN has come out and said, well, we are evaluating her status. Yeah, that status should be, she no longer works here. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, boy. Tell you what, though, hopefully this will be a little distraction for the media so they can get off their high horse about Trump. But, of course, nope. This will be they'll ignore it because it's the left doing something wrong. The media ignores it. You know, it's very common for that to happen. Back then, I almost bet on it when it happens. It's actually tiresome. You can almost count on what the media is going to do anymore. It's the Trump hysteria that these people have is unbelievable. And so many of these Democrat politicians have taken money from Kathy Griffin, including Al Franken and Catherine Cortez Masto. But I don't think we've heard a single word come from them. You know, saying anything about this incident. Now, they'll keep their mouth shut because they don't want to upset their cash cows. And they have the double standard, which we all know is there. Anybody with half a brain sees it. You're not going to hear anything from these people negative. If you expect them to speak out against her, well, as my mom would say, wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one comes through first, because neither one is actually going to come through. Well, shit's going to come through your hands first. They will not speak out against the heck. Watching the chat channel, and a couple people have bounced in and out, and I'm pretty sure it's just the chat doing it, but it's kind of weird. But I'd like to know who's the dumbass that was sitting there like, yeah, Kathy, this is a good idea to do. You'll gain some followers for doing this. People will love you for it. I mean, who's the dumbass that does that? Unless it was somebody that was out to end her career. That's just holy. I'm flabbergasted that someone would actually think that's a good idea to do this photo shoot. And I don't buy the apology. This was all set up. They hired a photographer, all that makeup artist, all that shit. And then, well, no, you're not. You are sorry because you're getting negative feedback. That's what you're sorry about. You're sorry you're getting all this negative feedback. And I'm sure you're pissed wondering why. Because Trump hysteria syndrome. Is running wild. And it seems to be afflicting the rich and famous more than anybody else. Because I talk to so many people. And I talk to some people that are not exactly supporters of the Trump. And there's none of this mass hysteria that's going on. Most people don't give a shit. Their lives are going on as planned. And all this other bullshit is just white noise to the everyday person. The only one that really cares about all this negativity about Trump that's going on is the sideshow that is the Democrat Party. Mainstream media. The everyday person that I talk to, this is just politicians trying to get away with not doing their work. coming up with distractions. Americans are smarter than they're being given credit for. They understand the bullshit that's going on. And a lot of them are getting really fed up with both sides. And this drama has them at their wits' end. This drama has them turning the TV off. Why do you think USA Today is back sponsoring? Because a lot of the people are tired and they are not backing the summer of resistance. The summer of resistance is just more for the Democrat Party. A distraction so they still don't have to talk about how and why they lost. That's all it is, people. Just white noise. A lot of white noise. But this Kathy Griffin, that's just outright disgusting. I don't know about you. That's where some of us have to start drawing the line. I have been drawing a line for a while now. And unfortunately, there's a lot of decent movies and shows I don't watch anymore. Because I'm not going to support the idiocy that is going on. I talked about it ad nauseum. The elitism. I know I'm going off on a tangent. The elitism and how they have been trying to tell us what to say, what to think, what to do. Movie tickets are down. People aren't voting certain ways anymore. Not buying products, not watching stations. And a lot of that has to deal with people are getting tired of being told what to think, how to vote. But you know what? People still are not even paying attention to that. The negative results. They're coming up with all these excuses for these negative results. And if you don't understand what I mean, ESPN, NFL, viewership drops drastically in both of them as they push leftist liberal bullcrap on us. And they come up with excuses. Oh, no. It has nothing to do with the political talk that's been going on. No, it has nothing to do with that. No. Nah, it doesn't have to do with Kaepernick insulting the American flag. Insulting the military personnel like he does. Nah, nothing. Nope. What's funny is ESPN viewership isn't going up. It's not getting better. And they still deny it has to deal with this liberal push on everybody. Could you imagine if they stopped all this bullshit? Could you imagine how bad the Democrat Party would be doing from here on out? They didn't have the infestation into the media, into the television. They would not be doing good. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. Right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. And I will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. We're a country that's majorly endangered. I hope everybody understands that. Not because Trump's in charge, not because anything. It's the division that is afflicting the left and right. There's no respect anymore. No respect. There's no cordial, you have your opinion, I have mine. There's only, I'm going to attack. That's scary as hell. Nobody can have a differing opinion anymore. There's only party lines. And as much as the right tries to respect the other side, it's gotten just bad on both sides. And where do we go from here? Is there any reconciliation between the two? I don't know if there is. There is just seems to be battle nowadays. Where there was difference is now just a solid attack. A vile, vicious attack. on a different, let's go a different gear. Where's my mouse? And I agree with this gentleman. And I've been saying it, especially since they agreed to do a special counselor. But Carter Page, the American oil industry consultant who was tangentially and briefly associated with Donald Trump's presidential campaign, is calling out U.S. officials who may have been behind highly damaging leaks about him to the news media, alleging the leakers committed felonies. But the big story that goes on is he believes that the Russian investigation will unearth the close ties between Russia and the Democrat Party. I think it's going to show the ridiculous closeness of the two. And it's already showing Obama administration failure with FISA. FISA has come out and chastised and said that they ignored law, ignored recommendations by the court, that Obama's administration illegally spied. And now Carter Page is saying that this investigation into Russia is going to unearth that the falsified FISA warrants against him. And he's got a pretty good case on that because there's already starting of a paper trail that Obama's administration illegally wiretapped the American people again. FISA said that they told him several times to stop. I mean, how many times did FISA have to tell him to knock it off? He had been breaking U.S. law. He had been breaking constitutional law. But that doesn't seem to matter to anybody. Doesn't seem to matter that that president was illegally wiretapping everybody. But because it was a Democrat, so the media is silent on it. Could you imagine if that was George W. Bush? The media? They got hysterical over it. And yes, we can still do something about it. Obama could still be impeached. I think it's more than that. He ought to be investigated and found out if he broke law, be charged. Very simple, charged. Everyone in his administration now was a part of this illegal wiretapping. They're not above the law. Hell, we got people recording conversations on the street that are getting charged. And they're exposing, illegal activity. It's the funny part. That's what they're doing. They're exposing illegal activity, and they're getting punished for doing so. In the meantime, we have our government illegally wiretapping us. And everybody shrugs. Huh? What are we going to do? Hey. C'est la vie. It pisses me off that we're being held to this high standard by our government officials. Our government officials are running around doing whatever the hell they want to do. It's utterly amazing. Utterly amazing. These leaks that have been going on, do you think Obama never put up with it? There was a couple leaks, and he shut those leaks down faster than anything. But they think it's funny underneath, though, under Trump's. There were some people in the past administration that had no problem lying, cheating, stealing. And the Democrats have the balls to come out now and accuse another politician of lying and trying to make it sound like that's a bad thing. I mean, lying is a bad thing, but Jesus, that's all the Democrats had. I don't know. It is. We're living in a country that I haven't recognized in a long time. Even under Trump, and I'm not saying Trump has done anything bad, it's just, oh my God. It's going to take decades to clean up the mess that Obama left in this country. It's going to take decades to fix the crap hole. I'm utterly amazed. Stupefied. And it just seems that the Democrats, as I've said, just, whoa, dang. I gotta watch talking with my hands. That gives a really weird sound. I hit the left slider up. Yeah, I did it a second time because I wanted to hear it again. It just... The Democrats keep going down that rabbit hole. I thought after the loss, they would do a deep meditation, so to speak. Deep self-realization. I didn't expect them to take a turn and keep going down that rabbit hole. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of senseless. So, seems to be a lot of questions about the 2018 election. Democrats feel they have a great chance to gain 24 seats to take over the House. And they're quoting some poll numbers. But the poll numbers don't equal the way some districting is done. The establishment media and the leadership of the Democrat Party are building up expectations among the far left base that the Democrats have a strong chance of gaining the 24 seats they need to take back control of the House of Representatives in the 2018 midterm elections. That scares the crap out of me. The thought of them gaining control again right now. Nothing will get done. Nothing had been done for over 8 years. Nothing will get done now. But a look at the numbers suggests that may be a long shot. And you look at the total picture, it's different than the little small section. And Ed Kilgore, sorry if I'm butchering your name, oh well. A new poll shows the kind of numbers that if they become common, could definitely pot, and not just a wave, but a variable tsunami. Quinpac's latest national polls mainly drew attention for showing some really terrible assessments. But its congressional generic ballot was a shocker. Now, by a 54 to 38% margins, American voters want the Democrat Party to win control of the U.S. House of Representatives. This is the widest margin ever measured for this question in a Quinnipiac University poll, exceeding a 5 percentage point margin for Republicans in 2013. The pollsters wrote of their national poll conducted earlier this month. Now, the one thing that gets me is, remember, these are the same polls that had Hillary Clinton winning. So, polls right now, I don't have a lot of faith in them. Sorry, I don't. It's... They've been skewed. We know there's a bias in them. But a 54 to 38% margin, that's something second timing looking at this article, and just something's not sitting right with me. Not because I'm a conservative or Republican. From what I'm hearing on the street is not adding up to that number. And that's exactly what I saw with the election. What I heard and saw on the street is not adding up to the polls. Now, we're not done. We're not done just with this a little bit, because there's a lot of information that is to be looked at when we talk about the election. Michael Barone, or Barone, writing in a Washington Examiner article back in February, expressed more objective view that the 24 seats the Democrats need to gain in the House to obtain a majority in 2018 is not an impossible number. He noted it is less than the net gains made by Democrats in 2006 and 2008 and by Republicans in 2010, but still a formidable number in an era that remains, though to a slightly lesser extent, a time of straight ticket voting. Now remember this. I've been hearing it, how the unhappiness of Donald Trump, that the Democrats were going to win all these seats in these special elections. So far, that has not happened. A lot of people are still keeping their mouth shut when it comes to Trump, their support for Trump. They still keep quiet when it comes to him. There's still that fear of violence. So these polls, it's real nice looking at that, but when you start looking at some other factors, which we're still going to get into, the thought of a net gain of 24 seats by the Democrats is not impossible, but the odds against it are significant. It is still a long road until November 18th. It's 18 months away. It's a long road. A lot can happen before midterm elections. The final outcome is likely to be determined by events that have not yet occurred. Democrats hope the 2018 midterm elections will have some of the same wave election characteristics that swept Republicans into power in the House in 2010. The outcome of that Tea Party wave election was stunning. Republicans gained 63 seats and obtained a 242 to 193 majority in the House of Representatives, giving the Republicans control of the House after they lost it in 2006. But here's the thing. They're trying to copy the Tea Party movement. The Tea Party movement was its own thing. The Tea Party movement wasn't obstruction. This Democrat movement is how bad can we screw up the American process? That is the mentality of the Democrats. The Tea Party movement was a genuine grassroots effort that sprang up from the people. And the Democrat politicians are trying to copy that movement. It doesn't have the same feel, the genuine feel. I don't see it moving the way they think it's going to move. Now, Democrats note that 18 months ahead of the 2018 midterm, they have virtually the same 6% generic congressional ballot advantage the Republicans had in 2010, 1 month before the election. The most recent Real Clear Politics average of polls on the generic congressional ballot question, which does not include that Quinnipiac University poll, gives the Democrats a 6.1% advantage for April 2017, which is actually slightly less than the 6% advantage they held in January 23rd through the 24th, 2017 poll conducted by PPP. Now, that's all nice and dandy. But they're trying to compare 18 months ahead, where the Republicans, they had that 1 month before the election. In October 2010, 1 month before the 2010 midterm elections, the Real Clear Politic average of polls gave Republicans a 6.8% advantage in the generic congressional ballot questions. But Democrats face a significant 2018 midterm congressional election disadvantage that the Republicans did not face in 2010. Due to clever redistricting by Republican-controlled state legislators, after 2010, Democrats will need to win a greater percentage of votes cast for congressional candidates in 2018 than the Republicans needed in 2010 to obtain a majority. The heavily concentration of Democrat votes in a specific geographic area, dense population, urban regions in the East and West Coast, combined are more modest but steady Republican margins in a broader swath of the country, is a phenomenon that most pundits missed in the 2016 presidential election. That is why Hillary Clinton's popular vote advantage translated into a 306 to a 232 electoral college vote loss to now President Donald Trump. That Republican advantage is even more significant in the 2018 House races. The way district lines are currently drawn benefits Republicans by distributing GOP voters more effectively than Democrat voters. So all else being equal, we would probably expect Republicans to win more seats than Trump's approval rating alone indicates. That was from, what's this guy's name? Give me a second, I gotta get the wife out. Please hold. Don't ask me, I've always been bad with people's last names. Harry Enton, from the 538.com. Under the districts as drawn after the 2000 consensus for the 2002 to the 2010 elections, Democrats simply needed to win the national popular vote in order to secure the 218 congressional seats for a House majority. But after the districts were redrawn based on the 2010 consensus for the 2012 to 2020 elections, Democrats will need more than a narrow popular vote victory to win a 2018 congressional seat majority. Though no specific district-by-district analysis has been done comparing the 2006 and the 2010 midterm results to the post-2010 consensus 2014 midterm results, Democrats could need as much as a 5% to 9% popular vote advantage to win the 218 congressional seats they need for a House majority. Now, I'm going to go to the popularity. I know Trump's popularity isn't the best. I think it's better than what's being published. That's my opinion. I believe that the Democrats are on a downhill slope and are actually have a chance of losing seats. I think in the Senate, you might see a supermajority come to the Republican Party. The American people can see the obstruction that's coming from the left. They saw it underneath Harry Reid. They saw through the Democrat bullshit. And I think this is more than districts. I think American people are tired of what's going on. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and HP Pundit, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco has the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Don't forget, tonight we have the Sackheads Radio Show at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't checked out those two idiots, you need to check them out. It's going to be honor come July when I move, when the Reaver of Common Sense show moves to 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. slot, Eastern Standard Time. Then I'll be opening up for the Sackheads Radio Show. I'll be opening up for BZ's Saloon. I'm sorry. It's got a very long name. I keep forgetting it. I'm sorry, BZ. Speaking of, I will be a guest on BZ's show tomorrow night, sometime after 11 o'clock. I haven't heard back from the exact times yet. If you haven't listened to BZ's got a great show. Great man. I respect BZ. It's been a wonderful relationship working with him, and I respect the man greatly. Oh, take a look. So, let's see, where are we at? Yeah, with this redistricting, not redistricting, midterm election, I'm sorry. It's not black and white like they think it is. There's a lot of variables that are going to go into this midterm election. And I think you got a lot of Republicans that are holding up on some legislative until it gets closer to that 2018 midterm election. They want this fresh in the minds of the people. Now, I may not agree with that, but I can understand what they're doing. They're playing the game that the Democrats have lined up. I can understand that. I can truly understand and respect what they're doing. They got to play this game that the Democrats are setting up. There's Republicans that I'm not that crazy about, but I do believe that they're fighting for the American people. And it's a fight that's not the normal. So, there's a lot of games being played, and it's going to have to go that way. And it's going to take a while for the final outcome to be, for us to know what's going to happen. But I think they have legislative that they're holding. That they're going to put forth. So it gives a good impression right before the midterms. And can you blame them? With all the bullshit that's been going on, that they've had to play these games, so why not? Play the game and play it the way it's being dealt to you. There's only certain things you can do and play the game. I don't foresee this massive opening come 2018 for the Democrats. Too many Americans have seen the bullshit going on and are awake to it. And they don't want to deal with that bullshit anymore. I don't see it happening the way it's coming down. I don't. And I know the Democrats are screaming that there's gerrymandering going on and all that. This is from the consensus that was done, that did the redistricting and set it up until after the 2020 election. Now, of course, the Democrats are going to take this to court probably soon. I mean, that's what Obama and Holder set up a one of those tax-free interrupt the election group. And they have been buddy-buddy with these companies that do the redistricting. And we know the redistricting is going to be put in the favor of the Democrats. I don't see that happening before the 2018 midterm elections. I don't foresee that happening. I could be wrong. They could really put up a fight to change it. But it goes to show that's the only way they can win anymore, is they have to change the rules. They have to lie. They have to steal. They're out there screaming that it's the Republicans that did this. No. It's not. The brain fart. Consensus set up these districts. And due to the redistricting after the 2010 consensus, the same vote margin in the same precinct in the 2018 might not be sufficient for the Democrats to obtain the desired 218 vote majority. And that comes off in 2010, in a redistrict drawn based on the 2000 consensus, the 435 Republican congressional candidates received 44.6 million, 51.4% of the 86.8 million total votes cast in 2010. The 435 Democrat congressional candidates received 38.8 million, 44.7% of the 86.8 million total votes cast. This is 6.7% popular vote advantage translated into 11% advantage in the number of representatives elected. So in 2016, in districts drawn based on the 2010 consensus, Republican candidates received 49.13% of total votes cast and won 55.4% of the U.S. House seats. Comparatively, Democrat candidates received 48.03% of votes and won 44.6% of the races. Third party and write-in candidates received 2.56% of votes. That's according to Ballotpedia report. Should that advantage reflect the final outcome in November 2018, however, the redistricting of congressional districts engineered by a largely Republican-controlled state legislature after the 2010 consensus for elections between 2012 and 2020, especially in those swing districts that matter, means that a 6% total Democrat advantage would not result in 11% advantage in the number of seats won. The resistance of rank-and-file true believers who have been shutting down GOP representatives at town halls across the country, the nonstop mainstream media attacks on President Trump, and the recent appointment of former FBI Director Robert Mueller as a special prosecutor to investigate allegation of Russian influence on the 2016 election outcome, not special prosecutor, special counsel, big difference. Combined with these current polling results, give Democrat hope for the 2018 midterm will be a wave of elections that will sweep them into control of the House. The problem is, what this article doesn't take into account is most Americans don't buy into this Russia bullshit. They don't buy into the special investigator. They see the mainstream media attacks on Trump as that. Attacks. They don't see him as justified reasoning. The idea that voters across the country are pining for then 78-year-old Nancy Pelosi to once again take the Speaker's gavel when the 117th session of Congress convenes in January 2019 may play well among hardcore Democrats and progressive activists in the elite coastal counties where Democrats represent. Representatives are routinely reelected with virtually no serious GOP opposition. But the reality of the electoral math in the country's 435 congressional district means that youtheism by itself is unlikely to overcome systematic disadvantages by Democrats face in this quest. And I think a majority of the people do not want to see Nancy Pelosi back in charge. They saw what she did once, and once was enough. I want to thank everybody for listening and being here today. We will be back tomorrow Same time, same channel. That's the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.